Maryland's largest and liveliest city, Baltimore is packed with interesting historic attractions, world-class museums, and impressive cultural landmarks. Mostly centered around its attractive inner harbor are countless cool and charming neighborhoods to explore, with plenty of vibrant arts areas and trendy nightlife spots. As it was long an important shipping, railroad, and manufacturing center, centuries-old forts, ships, and buildings can be found throughout the city. In this video, you'll see the top 10 things to see and do in Baltimore. The suggestions are based on our several exciting trips to the City of Angels. Here are our top 10 picks. Begin with number 1, Inner Harbor and AMP. Historic ships. The center of life in the city, the Inner Harbor has long been one of the U.S. most important seaports. Now lined by many of its main tourist attractions and museums, it also has a whole host of historic ships for visitors to check out. Located just inland from the colossal Chesapeake Bay, its protected waters have welcomed sailors and ships to the city since the 18th century. Tourists can now venture aboard or snap photos of some of these historic vessels bobbing about the bay. These include a World War II submarine, Coast Guard cutter, and the USS Constellation, which is remarkable, the only Civil War-era ship still afloat. Number 2 is the Fort McHenry. At the entrance to Baltimore Harbor, you can find the fascinating Fort McHenry, which lies right at the tip of the Locust Point Peninsula. At the National Monument and Historic Shrine, you can tour the legendary site, learn about its past, and enjoy divine views over the surrounding waters. Built between 1798 and 1800, the Pentagonal Bastion Fort is most known for the role it played in the War of 1812. This was when it successfully defended the harbor from a British Navy attack. These events later inspired the writing of the Star-Spangled Banner, the United States national anthem. Number 3, American Visionary Art Museum. By far Baltimore's most unique and unusual museum, the eclectic American Visionary Art Museum displays works by self-taught artists from all around the world. Full of creative collages, colorful costumes, and strange sculptures, it can be found just off the Inner Harbor, right next to Federal Hill Park. Often described as outsider or intuitive art, its collection consists of more than 4,000 objects and installations, with temporary exhibitions taking place regularly. These include creations and folk art by everyone from housewives and the homeless to mechanics, the disabled, and even neurosurgeons. Number 4, Baltimore National Aquarium. Lying along Pier 3 of the Inner Harbor is yet another of Baltimore's standout sights, the exceptional National Aquarium. Long a favorite with families, its spacious tanks and well-done exhibits house over 20,000 mammals, fish, and amphibians of more than 750 species. Considered by many to be one of the world's best aquariums, it opened in 1981 with its collection of distinctive-looking buildings overlooking the waters around them. Maryland, Mountains to the Sea also provides an in-depth look at the state's ecosystems and animals. Number 5 in our list, Maryland Zoo. If instead of history and culture, it is some awe-inspiring animals that you're after, then the Maryland Zoo is certainly the place to go. Part of the historic Druid Hill Park, its spacious enclosures, exhibits, and aviaries lie just a short drive northwest of downtown. Since being established in 1876, it has expanded considerably and now contains over 2,000 animals of more than 130 or so species. While wandering around, visitors can therefore see everything from polar bears and penguins to elephants, rhinos, and giraffes. As well as exploring all the mammal, reptile, and bird exhibits, there are also plenty of playgrounds and picnic areas to stop off at. Number 6, Fells Point. A very popular and picturesque spot to stroll around, Fells Point is a charming historic district that dates to the 18th century. Packed with hip shops, heaving markets, and happening nightlife, its pretty brick buildings and cobbled streets lie down by the harbor side. Up until the Civil War, it was the city's shipbuilding district, with the whole waterfront area and its attractive architecture later being revitalized and restored in the 70s. Nowadays, its incredible old industrial-era buildings and quaint ship captains' cottages house all kinds of cozy cafes, seafood restaurants, and antique shops. Number 7. Baltimore Museum of Art. The Baltimore Museum of Art has been collecting artworks for a long time. In 1914, it started with just one piece of art, and over 100 years later its collection stands at 95,000 pieces. The museum showcases 19th century, modern and contemporary art, including the largest collection of Henri Matisse works in the world. The museum has 210,000 square feet of floor space, and the building itself is also a piece of art by renowned architect John Russell Pope. The museum is completely free to enter, giving you the opportunity to come back again and again. Number 8. Oriole Park at Camden Yards. As the city certainly loves its sport, no trip can ever be complete without watching the MLB's iconic Baltimore Orioles play a thrilling game. Thanks to its intimate feel and the intoxicating atmosphere, visiting their home pitch at Camden Yards is always a memorable experience. Despite only being built in 1992, Oriole Park has a wonderful retro design as vintage-looking signs, illustrations and logos decorate the huge stadium. Now one of the league's most popular ballparks, it offers fans perfect views of the pitch with lots of hot dog stands and restaurants being dotted about. Number 9. Maryland Science Center. Boasting all kinds of fun hands-on exhibits and experiments, the splendid Maryland Science Center also lies alongside the Inner Harbor. A firm favorite with families, its sprawling site also includes a planetarium, observatory, and IMAX theater. While it only officially opened to the public in 1976, it is actually one of the oldest institutions of its kind in the country. Thanks to their efforts and interest, the city has a world-class museum full of exciting artifacts and exhibits, specimens and science shows to explore. Finish with number 10, Little Italy. Home to dozens of excellent restaurants and traditional trattoria, Little Italy sprawls across several blocks southeast of the center. Known for its strong Italian-American heritage and identity, the close-knit ethnic enclave is undoubtedly one of the city's favorite areas to dine out. Originally home to Irish, German, and Jewish immigrants, the little district east of Inner Harbor saw an influx of Italian-Americans in the early 20th century. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Baltimore? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.